Hello and welcome back to a very special episode of Cozy Man Sky. I just turned on my game and there's sentinels everywhere. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, I'm gonna try to hide over here. Now, you guys haven't seen me upgrade this building yet because this episode's coming out of order because we hit 100 subscribers. Actually, we were at 105 at the point that I'm actually recording this. Thank you so much, guys. Y'all are amazing. Crap, we need crystallized helium to make that the next level up, and we won't get that for a while. But don't worry, I am gonna have a couple of kind of very rapid fire episodes coming out. Let me just hide in this warehouse so I can think for a second. This video is going to be all abandoned freighter runs. Now, I tried to do the switching it over to a permadeath save to make this really, really sort of dangerous for doing the freighters, but you can't switch an existing save over to permadeath after you started the game, which actually makes a lot of sense. Let me see if I can just sneak past these guys and get into Judy. Hey, Sentinels, I thought you guys hated each other. Why are the purple and the red Sentinels hanging out all of a sudden on my planet? Frickin' heck. So you might notice there's some changes, some small cosmetic changes and things with Judy. Again, that's because this is coming to you a little bit out of order. The next episode out, I'll probably get out on Monday. This, I'm hoping to do a live premiere either later this evening on Saturday or tomorrow morning on Sunday, depending on how long this takes. Hi, you guys. Can I see them out there? Yeah. They're still casting their shields and stuff. Maybe I shouldn't abandon, but they're not actually shooting any of the settlers. So I'm just going to ignore that for a minute. And what we're going to do now is empty my pockets because I want to make this as hard as possible. I am going to have nothing in my pockets when I go in. I am going to have not even any bullets or anything like that. I'm not even going to use the bullets that are already loaded in my gun. I'm only going to use the mining laser if we run into trouble, and whatever I can scavenge along the way. I might keep one or two of just sort of the useless items here. The little bot on the left is part of a quest line that we're in the middle of in the normal game playthrough. And then the Atlas Pass, you know, is just to get us into stuff, locked containers and things like that. And I just don't like putting it down. I like to always have it in my inventory, even though it's not going to come into play in the freighter mission at all. All right, boys, let's get out of here. We're going to go and smash these freighters and hopefully not in the series. So we got 5 emergency scanners in our inventory. I had to go and buy one for 5 million credits just so we would have 5 because I only had 4 up to this point. And I'll see you when we get there. So freighter number 1 is in our home system. I plan on jumping to a random system each time so that we get a little bit different freighter and different log entries and things like that. I'll read through some of the most interesting ones as we go if we find anything cool while we're in there. And I almost forgot. Eagle-eyed viewers may have been about to call me out in the comments, but I am going to uninstall both of our cold shields, and we're gonna take whatever's in my personal refiner out and then just pop these back in here so that we have absolutely nothing on us. I am a trustworthy person, I promise. So on the way in, usually, yeah, there's a couple of capsules. I have never done a run like this where I have nothing. I've always wondered how hard it would be and if I could. You know, normally I have like 2 shields and it's absolutely no problem. You got a really good multi-tool. You can blast your way through anything that you find. But on this first one, I am going to be picking up all of these capsules as I go along because I really don't know how many of them I need. A lot of times I'll have batteries and, you know, just the different resources you could get. You do get a little bit out of these here. You get some repair kits, some ferrite dust, condensed carbon for my laser, sodium for your shields. So you get a little bit of stuff, and I am going to allow myself to scavenge anything that we can get. There's also a little trick that you can use here where you go through and accept the emergency supplies again in the menu here, which gives you sort of double these supplies. So I don't know if I'm going to do that each time. We might make it a little harder as we go, depending on, how easy this first one is. I might say, okay, on the next run, we don't do that or something. Let me in. I actually want to be a little bit careful as well, not to set off the security alarms, basically, the automated defenses and stuff. Sometimes just discharging your weapon will make the turrets pop up and things. Okay, simple entryway. We're gonna have the rule to make this as hard as possible and as profitable as possible that we need to open every single container. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do every single PDA, but we'll do all the interesting ones. Ship AI logging fragment 592.68 recovered. Automated report for aid OIT cleaning. Consciousness boundary strength below average. Value of body parts exceptional. Oxygen use exceptional. Conclusion expendable. Okay, I guess there's a lesson in there. Don't breathe too much oxygen when you have valuable body parts on a spaceship. Check. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but let's see what this one says. Expedition event log follows. Data samp 22976 docked at Get Controlled Space Station, attempted to do business with local merchants, deployed advanced haggling techniques, hard deal struck, took advantage of currency fluctuation in Rashana profit ratio at 399%, purchased valuable technology components in the Inwarki 7 system. Rival technology company boarded the ship in attempt to steal information. Laser fire with internal conflict triggered larger explosion. All breached. Man, wouldn't it be cool if we could actually board freighters and fight our way through them and stuff? But we got our security pass, which is awesome. The Junior Navigator Rajala security pass. So that means that we really don't even need to open up any more of these, but I really do like the lore and the funny stories that we find in them. I'll skip over any that are kind of stupid, but if I find any that are fun, I will definitely include those.